Okay, is Quandre in here?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I see him.
requested to speak. You just got there we are.
There
He's
he
up.
is. Aha. Let us know. Let me know when you can hear me.
Can y'all hear me?
There
Yeah,
we
we can hear
go.
you.
Q Diggs. How we doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How y'all doing?
We doing good. We
Doing
doing
well.
good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I know your time is limited. Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to be on here till 7:30. He's got a heart out because he's got two beautiful daughters, and you know, he's got to do the dad thing. All right. So get your questions ready as we go along. Okay. What's up, everybody? Robert Turbin. Thanks for tuning into the Discord today. Man, we got a very special guest on our AMA today. Best free safety in the league, one of the best players overall in the league. Quandre Diggs. Quandre, what's up with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just chilling out in Texas, man. Enjoying some warm weather.
Enjoy. Is it? It ain't too hot out there, is it?
Nah, it was nice today. It was about 75 today, so I'm enjoying some good weather. Not too hot, not too cold.
Quandre, we got some fans who are listening in today. I'm sure they're going to be raising their hands and asking their questions. Guys, if you're part of this Discord and you have a question for Quandre, all you have to do is hit the raise hand button down there at the bottom of your screen and we will bring you up. But since I am hosting, I will start with the first question. You know, Quandre, when I was in high school and when I was in college, I wore number 6. That was my number, man. And I know for athletes, we saw you change your number to number 6 when the NFL made the rule change. And as athletes, a lot of times there's something that connects us to the number that we wear. So I'm interested in what made you change your number to number 6, and does that come from anything special in your upbringing?
I mean, for me, I wore six in college. My last 3 years in college, and I think it was more for me. I want to say every level of football I've played at, I've always honored my older brother. So um, if I wouldn't have went to six, if they wouldn't have made the rule change this year, I would have wore 23 in honor of him that he wore with the Chargers for 11 years. So I ended up calling him. I asked him like, hey, 6 or 23, they making this rule change. What you thinking? He was like, man, I think you should go with six. I think, we both wore it in college. I think it's super dope that, this the first year that they're gonna let guys wear single digit numbers like that. So I would pull out six. So that's kind of what it was. And six is my favorite number anyways. Um I've never changed my Instagram, my Twitter, anything has always been, Q Dig six. So when I got the chance to put it on, it was like no question.
So what's up, man? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Quandre Diggs coming chopping it up with us in our Dojo Fish Discord. Want to thank everybody for coming in. We've got a couple questions from our fans, Quandre. So I'm gonna bring one up, or Josh will for me, and we'll let them ask the question. Guys, please try to keep your questions at a minimum. One question per person. Try to keep them short for us.
Yeah,
Who we got?
we'll bring Benny on up here.
Benny, let
Hey,
us know if you can hear us.
yep, I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good, good, good. Floor is yours.
All right. So, Quandre, you played on the Lions, right?
Yep.
I was just wondering, what was your opinion on Matt Patricia and his coaching styles and how he ran the organization, and if you agree with it or disagree with it, or just your basic opinion on him and how he coached.
He coming in hot.
Me, man, I wasn't a fan of it. You know what I mean? I wasn't a fan of it. I think I've stated that many times. And I just think me and him, we didn't mesh. It wasn't a good personality fit. It wasn't a good coaching fit. And I mean, he knows how I feel about him, and I'm sure he feels the same about me. But um, thankful for him to give me the opportunity to get traded to a place like Seattle and um, go and start having career years out in Seattle. So I'll always be thankful for that, even though, I don't think he was the right man for the job.
So
Okay,
much,
how would
Benny.
you? Oh, all right.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Just one question. If you what you can do, Benny, is you can come back and ask me another question as well. But we want to make sure we get everybody an opportunity. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Benny.
All right, we got J Dribs. That name should be familiar at this point.
Yeah, that's our guy. That's our guy, Jay
Hey,
Driggs.
what's up? What's up, Turbo?
Back again, huh?
Hey, man, you know I'm not gonna miss an opportunity like this. I'm not gonna come in swinging like Benny. God damn, man, that was something up.
That boy came in like a reporter.
Yeah, and I was over here like, ooh, I can't wait
Hey,
to hear
Benny,
this answer.
Benny, it's
Uh,
all love, Benny. If you're still listening, it's all love.
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Hey, my question is, I have a twin, but I have a large family. I have shoot, 5 brothers right now, so all of us are pretty close in age, and we all played sports together. I had no idea you had that many brothers in the league, and especially that close too. So I guess my question is, I believe it had to help you, had to be a benefit just for how competitive you guys are, and probably made you more competitive than the next bunch. But if you kind of touch on just growing up, and I guess how if I'm playing one-on-one basketball with my brother, like it's gonna be physical as hell. But if I'm playing with a friend, I might take it a little bit lighter on you, type situation. So just going to kind of want to get your input, see your thoughts on that.
I'll say this. Great question, but I am not related to the rest of the digs in the NFL.
Damn,
Yeah, those
damn.
brothers, my brother's Quinn Jammer. That's my
Yeah.
older.
Oh, no way.
So
I
I
remember him from the Madden days, dude.
me and him 13 and a half years apart, but
Wow.
our relationship was more like I saw him do something and I always told people I was going to be better than him. So
Mm,
it wasn't a like physical competing aspect. It was more of a mental competing aspect where it was like, okay, well, my brother went to Texas. I'm going to go to Texas. He was All American. I'm going to go be All American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, that's kind of how it was for me. And even to this day, I'm still competing against what he did in the NFL. And when I pass him up in interceptions next year, you best believe I'll give him a call and I'll talk trash to him. And that's just kind of the relationship we have.
Hey, man, that's awesome. Yeah, no, my apologies. I didn't Google you or anything before this. I just put the names together, which probably isn't the first time you heard that. So, no, man.
Nah, no
Yeah,
doubt. Nah, me and
if you're
Steph,
ever
me and
jumping
Steph,
in,
so
yeah,
I get it.
yeah, if you're ever jumping in, man, I'll be in. Anytime I see the AMA, I always hit that notification. So, I'll definitely try to talk to you in the future here. But yeah, thanks for the time.
No doubt.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Jay.
Hey, no problem, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the Dojo Fish AMA with our special guest, Quandre Diggs. I want to take a second again to thank everybody who's attending today. We do have another question, but I want to ask you something, Quandre, because, one of the things that's interesting about being a professional athlete is most times fans and people on the outside don't really understand some of the intricate things that are going on, kind of behind closed doors. Earlier we were speaking and you mentioned, obviously Seattle, new defensive coordinator, new coaches, on that defensive side. You said that your position coach invited you over to the house tonight. Can you just kind of speak on what it's like to meet a new coach and develop a new relationship with the coach after having had one for so long with someone else? What is that adjustment like?
Well, let me clear that up though, Turbo. He didn't invite me over to his house. He called me, and
Okay.
we were having a phone conversation. So
Okay.
before any media people were here, be like, oh, he's going to coach's houses. He's definitely signing back with Seattle. Yeah,
Right, right.
it was just a phone it was just a phone call. But
Okay, cool.
I mean, um, I've been in the NFL 7 years, so I've had multiple position coaches, and I've had different guys come in. I've had to build relationships with different guys and be around them. So, I just think being in the NFL, you understand it's a business, and um, you understand that sometimes you're gonna have great position coaches that will be let go, and Yeah, you'll have to, work with another guy. And another guy will have to work with you, and you'll both have to have that mutual understanding and that respect that, I have a job to do, you have a job to do. Let's do it to the best of our abilities, and let's just try to win games. So, I think for me right now, with the Seattle coaches, it's just those guys trying to get to know me just in case I'm back, and same for me. I want to know, their philosophies, their tendencies, what they like to talk about, how they like to go about business, and we go from there.
We got a couple hands raised down here at the bottom.
Yeah,
Josh,
we'll bring Sam Shady on up here.
Sam Shady. Okay. Sam Shady, aka Slim Shady. That's probably where they got the motivation from. Can you hear us?
Exactly where I got the motivation. That and LaShawn McCoy, because I'm a huge Eagles fan, which actually brings up my question for you, Andre. You turned over nearly 22% of your passes that were thrown your way last season, which is amazing. I would love to see you in Kelly Green with the Eagles. How would you feel about playing in Philadelphia?
He wouldn't feel good about that. I'm gonna answer for him.
Ouch! Why is that?
Hey, man, I'm open right now, man. I'm negotiating with all 32 teams, and I'm open to whoever feels and whoever fits, my style of play and my personality. And I wouldn't have a problem going over and playing in Philly and teaming up with one of my best friends and Darius Slay, and kind of redoing the things that we did in Detroit and be great. But right now, I'm just a free agent. I'm unemployed, and I'm just enjoying the process.
And who was your team growing up, Andre? Was it Dallas? Or you Texas? You from Texas, right?
Not a chance. You want to know what's funny? And Sam might like this. I was a big Donovan McNabb, Brian
Kelly.
Westbrook, and Terrell Owens fan, and Brian Dawkins. Big Eagles fan. You can ask any of my cousins. I was a big Eagles fan
Wow.
growing up, but my team was definitely the Chargers because my brother played on the Chargers. So that was probably my number one team, and then the Eagles was probably number two, honestly.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. I like the Eagles a lot as well growing up. Shout out Sam Shady. And
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate you.
Brian Westbrook, most underrated back that they ain't talking about.
Yeah, that was my guy,
Oh, I
man.
agree.
That was my guy.
And actually, I'm right there with you. The whole reason I'm an Eagles fan is Donovan McNabb. I grew up in Denver, and I grew up a John Elway fan. And then when I watched McNabb, I saw a lot of Elway in his game, and he made me a fan of the Eagles. And it's been 20 some years since I've been a fan.
See, that's dope. That's dope.
All right, Sam. Appreciate you coming up asking a question. We'll move on to our next selection there, Josh. Who we got?
We have Nikki G. We're gonna
Nice.
bring him on up next. It's is it an age thing? Everyone, I don't know how old you guys are, but McNabb being on the cover of Madden 06, just that year specifically, I was getting into video games, I was playing Madden, and that was just a team and a player that just stood out. And even at a time when I didn't really understand football, that was just a year that I feel like the NFL Madden series it just kind of started popping off for video games and players. I wonder if that had any influence.
No question about it. I think the best Maddens were from 03 to 09. So that run, that string of Maddens were phenomenal. You know what I mean? You felt like, you felt like you were actually me. I was in high school and like middle school, and I felt like, dang, I'm really a general manager. I'm really like I'm really playing in this my player deal, and like my dude going from an apartment to a mansion by the time I'm in the 50. You know what I mean? Like it was dope, the details that they had long ago.
For sure.
Absolutely, bro.
We got I think our question dropped off, so we'll bring Benny on up here. He's got another question.
What?
Go ahead and accept that, Benny. You're up next.
Sorry, it wasn't popping up for me for some reason. Sorry I came in so hot last time. I didn't know.
Nah, you
Uh,
good, bro. I have
But
no
you came in
problem.
like
It was
Adam Schefter, bro.
right off the rip.
I was like, is this who is this? Go
I
ahead.
think I'm gonna fire some shots again. So you're on the Seattle Seahawks for the past 2 years. That means you worked closely with Russell Wilson. Might even picked him off a few times in practice. And there's a lot of rumors going around the NFL right now that he's about to leave the Seattle Seahawks. Do you have any insider information on that? If he's staying or leaving?
Chill out, Ian Rappaport.
I know that. That's funny.
Hey, Ian
Hey,
Rappaport in here, bro. Ian, hey, boy,
It's
you a
just my
cat.
yeah,
friend.
you funny, bro.
My friend's a big Lions fan, and I just told him I'd be talking to someone like this. And he had a few questions he wanted me to ask. So
Nah, I
Oh yeah,
mean,
you're blaming on your homeboy,
I
huh?
mean, from everything that I see in the media, you know what I mean? Russ is gonna be back in Seattle, so I think Pete and John addressed it today. So I mean, that's what they're saying. You know,
I think Pete's staying in Seattle.
yeah, Pete ain't going nowhere, bro.
All right, one question.
Sorry.
Man, you might have to permanently put you on the bench, man. You working for Adam Schefter or something.
I'm just
That's
a
funny.
big football fan,
No,
so I got
no,
a
it's all
few
good.
questions.
We're just teasing, man. Appreciate you, Benny.
He's an opportunist, man. He saw his
Oh
chance.
yeah,
He's like, let me get on the
that's what it
stage.
was. He's like, man, I got 30 minutes.
If anyone else
Ladies
has
and
any other
gentlemen,
questions,
yeah, please press the hand down there at the bottom of your screen.
oh, we got
We want to
Max.
thank him.
Let's bring big guy up here.
Let's do it.
What up, y'all? You hear me?
Max Payne.
Loud and clear.
What's up, y'all? No, Quandre, this is a question, man. You've been in the NFL for 7 years. Explain or describe to me when you got signed. The day you got signed to the NFL, how'd you feel? Tell me about the process. Let us know just what was going on in your head, how that went down.
I mean, when I got drafted, my feelings were pissed. I was pissed that I got drafted so late, round 6, pick 200, and I saw a lot of defensive backs and a lot of players going in front of me that I didn't think were better than, and I've continued to prove that I've been better than those guys, and that was just kind of my first emotion, you know, pissed off. I told the Lions coaches, I was like, yeah, I got something to prove to the league. I got a chip on my shoulder, and I promise you I'm going to play with that. And those guys were like trying to calm me down, like, bro, like you got drafted, yo, like you should be excited. And I'm like, nah, that's not how I am. You know what I mean? But I mean the process, it was just, you know, you get drafted, they give you about a week to get ready. Then you go out there and you start rookie minicamp, but then they throw you in with the vets, and you know, that's where it goes. Once you get in there with the vets, it's like, bro, you in there with some big time dudes and you gotta hold your own. That's kind of what it's about.
It is, Max. From the time your college season ends all the way really through the end of your rookie season, it's all pretty much, and Quandre, I know you can speak on this too, it's all like blended together. It's you really don't ever get a break until really the draft. The draft is like your first kind of exhale from the time you play your last college game. You got to go straight into training for the combine, right? Then you do the combine's done, and then the draft comes. When the draft comes, it's
Nah, you
like,
got pro day too, Turbo.
oh, right, pro day. I didn't do my pro day,
Yeah.
so you got pro day too, and so you're constantly, now you go right into training. It's nonstop. You get about a week of an exhale when the draft actually starts. And so, because then you're waiting to see what happens. Then after you get drafted, man, like Quandre said, you get about a week, if that. You got to fly out, sign a contract, boom. You pretty much getting started right away. And it's nonstop. The rookies have to do more things, right, to get acclimated into the league. And so it's really nonstop until the end of the season. And that's why, you hear that thing in the media called the quote unquote rookie wall. Sometimes that can be a real thing. I don't know how you feel about that, Quandre.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, you do hit a wall, but I mean, you better
It just
break through
depends
that
on who you
wall.
are.
You better
Right.
break through that wall, because if not, you're a rookie still. You know what I mean? You got a lot of duties to do. You got to get guys food. You know what I mean? You got to get up and sing. You got to dance. You got to do whatever the vets want you to do. And like Turbo say, man, it's really like you finish that bowl game, it's legitimately January to January. You know, like you going 12 months straight. And they always say rookie year is the longest year. That's definitely the truth because your
Facts.
rookie year feels like forever. And, you know, these other past 6 years are just flown by because once the season's over, you know, I'm just kind of decompressed with the fam, hanging out and, you know, doing my thing.
Sure. Thank you, man. Thanks for the
Yep, no
question. The
doubt.
answer.
By the way, Quandre, Max, if you haven't seen him fight, you should see him fight. And I don't even know, I think he's 3-0 in his last 3 fights. He knocked somebody's ear off. The man is an animal. So you
I
gotta
don't want
check.
no
You gotta
part of
check
him. I don't want
Yeah,
no part of
24
you,
days.
Max.
him.
24 days. Columbus,
4
Ohio.
days. 24 days
Yeah.
is the next fight.
Yeah.
So
Shit.
going down. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
Max.
Thank you, guys.
I got a question. So, I'll let Q answer first, and then Rob, if you want to chime in too. So, uh,
Sure.
like, what is the experience, on the field? Kind of feel like, is it more, with the opposing team and players? You're out there, it's getting physical. There's competition. A lot of adrenaline kind of building up. Is it more camaraderie, or is there like does instinct kick in and you want to kick some ass out on the field? Like, is it a mixture of both? Where does it kind of weigh? Is it more of like, hey, it's a game at the end of the day, everyone's just having fun, or is it more like you said earlier, NFL is a business, it's taken much more seriously, and there is some like real beef out there on the field?
I don't think it's too much beef unless you don't legitimately don't like somebody. I think for me, I know, I mean, long as guys don't bother me, I don't bother guys. So, you know what I mean? You let me be in my zone, I'm gonna be in my zone, I'm gonna play ball. But I think it's a mixture of both with like camaraderie and knowing that it's serious. You know what I mean? Like I can look over to the left of me and I can see Jamal Adams. I can look in the front of me, I can see Bobby Wagner. And it's just like, hey, I'm playing with two of the best in the NFL, bro. Like you got to enjoy these moments because you always dreamed about being in the NFL. You know what I mean? But then you also look and it's like, okay, well, Bobby and Jamal, they making plays. Well, hell, I got to make plays for us to win this game. So I think for me, I enjoy those moments. I probably need to enjoy them a lot more because I'm 29, just finished year 7. So for me, I'm not on the front end anymore. I'm not on the back end. I think I'm hitting my prime right now, but I definitely think that you got to enjoy those moments as much as you can because in the off season you miss those moments. You know what I mean? And when you're done, I'm sure you're gonna miss those moments even more because it's not an opportunity for go back out there. So I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
Cool.
I agree with that 100%, man. If there is any beef, usually it's because the player got a problem with the prior organization he was a part of or something like that. But really, it is camaraderie because the most important thing you can do during your time in the league is develop relationships. And that's just not with the players and the guys that you're playing with. That's guys on other teams. That's people in the front office as well, making decisions. That's how guys are able to become coaches and things like that later
Hmm.
on in their lives and be able to be in the front office. Those jobs are created not because they're necessarily qualified all the time, but because they developed a relationship there while they were in their playing day. So it's a camaraderie for sure. Who's our next guy?
Speaking of beef, we got beef coming on up to the speakers panel.
Okay.
What's going on, beef?
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had a question for Turbo. Um, who is the best San Jose State linebacker that you played in college?
I have no idea.
That's the wrong
They couldn't.
answer, bro.
I ain't the wrong answer because they couldn't.
It's me.
Nobody on San Jose State stop me. So I can't really remember who.
Nah, I don't know if you remember me, bro, but this is Keith Smith. I played in Dallas with you, bro.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You did. You
Yeah, I used.
did. You moved that. They moved you to fullback.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Right.
they put me to the
My
light
son, both
side.
sides.
Yeah,
Oh
he
To the
man.
stepped on
light
my
side now.
he stepped on my hand at joint practice 1 year.
I did.
Yeah, bro, it was on accident though, bro. It was on
Was
accident.
he with
Oh,
the Raiders?
you was in Detroit.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, damn. That's
yeah.
my bad. You
He-
know, shit.
It,
You can't control all that shit.
I already
Hey
know, bro.
Josh.
I wasn't even tripping.
Josh. This is a perfect example right here, Josh. You got Keith Smith, who was a teammate of mine in Dallas, played with the Raiders. Had an interaction, right? Played against Quandre and some of those training camp practices. And you just hop on and chop it up. It's a community. You know what I mean? That camaraderie
Yeah,
is really important
Hell
on
yeah.
both sides, man. Big time.
yeah.
I appreciate you. Go ahead.
It's a level of respect, man. You know, we all worked our asses off to get to where we is, and we ain't do it burning bridges. You know what I'm saying? And creating bullshit relationships. So, it's all love. You know, we all kind of went through similar paths and shit. All been through some
100%.
shit.
Yeah,
So it's
no,
all
no, I
100%.
could
love.
really
Man.
appreciate
Well,
that because without each other, there is no game. So you gotta
yeah.
show respect, real recognize
Thanks.
real.
When they say it's a
Stop.
brotherhood, it really is a brotherhood, bro. Like we really do look at each other like brothers and know like without each other, you know what I mean, it ain't no us. So it ain't no game. You know, the people before us, the people after us. It ain't no NFL, without the brothers left and the right and across the ball from you.
Hell yeah.
All right,
How is
Keith.
y'all? I want to ask y'all how y'all experience has been in the NFT space.
Yeah. For me, it's been great. This is my first project, and it's been great to really see the support and everything from it, from obviously my colleagues, and one of the things that I've learned about this space is really the time it takes that you have to put in for it to be successful or
Mm,
for things to be run properly. And it's similar to having like a football team, right? Where your communication has to be on point and everybody has to be on the same page, and that breeds success for your team. That equals wins, right? And it's like it's the
right.
same thing in any business. It's the same thing in this NFT space. But I love this project. There's really a whole lot of things about it that I can get into, but I would encourage anybody who wants to learn more information about the project just to, be a part of our Discord, check out the website. There's updates and things like that going on every day, all day, man. It's been really fun, and I can't wait to see how it turns out.
That's dope, bro.
So appreciate you, man. We got one more question, Quandre. We're hitting that 7:30 mark. We got one more guy right there. Feel free to stay up. You can stay up here. You don't have to go nowhere.
Are you sure
So
you want me
No,
to?
I just want to talk some shit, pick y'all brain a little bit. Say what
uh,
up.
that's all good. We got one more question down
It's
there, Josh. If you can
it's
bring them up.
Benny.
Let's see
You
what
don't know what you're gonna
is it,
get here.
Benny? Oh boy, here we go.
Hi,
Listen to this,
everyone.
Benny. Welcome back. You get the final
Thank you.
question, the
All
first
right.
and last.
All right, I'm gonna cool down. I'm gonna cool down on the heat a little bit. Okay, just a little bit of an opinion question. As being a safety in the NFL, you've played against a lot of great wide receivers, obviously. So I was just wondering, who's the hardest receiver to scheme against, and why? And just know that I'm a Vikings fan, so choose carefully.
You saying right now, or I'll do
Yeah,
both?
yes, right now in the league, yes.
I'll do both. I'll do before and I'll do who's the
Okay.
hardest I've ever competed against, and this is every day at practice was Calvin Johnson my rookie year. Um, I mean he's Megatron for a reason, so there's nobody stopping him at practice. You know, what I mean it wasn't no scheme, no. You do 7-on-7, you do team drills. He was catching the ball, and if he didn't catch the ball, you better get out of the way because if you get in his way, you know what I mean, and he gets tangled up, you probably gonna get cut if you ain't no big dog. Um, I mean, right now it's a lot of great receivers in the league right now, and I think the hardest, and I wouldn't say the hardest to scheme against, but I would say the hardest cover right now will probably be Devontae Adams because you know he's going to get at least 10, 12 targets a game. You know he could run the slant great, and he also can hit you with the fake slant and go. You know what I mean? A-Rod's going to put the ball on the money. He's back shoulder, over the shoulder. No matter what, he's going to throw to Devontae. And I think what makes him special is just the chemistry that they have, and knowing that he's going to get fed the ball, he's going to get bubble screens. He's, you know, so he's going to find a way to get his catches in, and A-Rod's going to find a way to get the big plays into him. So I think for me, that's easy for me is Devontae and A-Rod.
I got the same question for you for quarterbacks.
Oh, who's the hardest quarterback to scheme? I mean,
Yeah,
I think, and I'm not saying this in a way of, you know, I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL. Me personally, but I think scheme against it would probably be right now. I mean, I don't know honestly. I think Aaron Rodgers
yeah,
for the best
yeah. I
quarterback.
could see it being Aaron Rodgers, man, because he gets the ball out quick, and he's
Yeah.
got great chemistry with obviously Devontae Adams, man. So, do we have time for? We got one more person with their hand up. Thanks, Benny. We appreciate you asking that question.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
All
let's get this last one.
right, bring him up, Josh.
Yep,
Who we got?
elstuff.eth. Come on up to the speakers panel.
All right, finishing up with you.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you what got you into the NFT space. How long have you been in here? And I've always been a big fan. I'm a Giants fan, though.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I mean, honestly, Turbo reached out to me about 2 weeks ago, and I mean, me and Turbo are only in Seattle for about 4 or 5 weeks, but I just think it was just the impression that he made, an impression I made, and we had mutual friends and people that we trusted, and when he came in, I knew who he was, and I mean, I had to go show him that I was a player. That's what I wanted to do, and we kind of built a friendship and a bond, and I think when he told me, about check this project out, and I knew it wasn't going to be any BS with him. I know how he is, you know what I mean? So I've done a podcast with him, and then he keeps in touch with me. He was one of the first people to hit me up when I got injured. So, what I mean? It's not like it's just out of the blue, but this is the first one. So for me, it's just kind of interesting to see, what's going on. And Turbo kind of keeps me updated because I'm going through rehab and stuff right now. But I'm interested. I've seen a lot of people join this space, and I've always kind of been interested in it, but I just didn't want to put my foot in it during the season and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to wait to have some free time, and I'm just continuing to learn the space also.
Yeah, man. This is
That was
my
going to be
first
my
project.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, that was gonna be my follow-up questions. If you had any other NFTs, if this was your first project, and you answered me, so I just wanted to welcome you to the space.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, really appreciate everybody who took the time to come join our Discord, be a part of the AMA. Obviously a cool opportunity to be able to ask one of the best players in the NFL anything you want, obviously out of respect and everything like that. So Quandre, man, from the Dojo Fish team, for me, bro, I love you, bro. I really appreciate you taking time out of your night away from your daughters and everything like that. To not only come chop it up with me, but our Dojo Fish family, pertaining to my team and everybody who came into the Discord, bro. So with that, I'll say, bro, have a good night. Good luck with the rest of your rehab, bro, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, Q.
Thank you.
Right,
Hey, good luck with the recovery, brother.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to hear from you, Turbo.
Appreciate
yes,
it.
sir, man.
All right,
Yes,
y'all.
sir. Peace.